All right, here's the things that are going to be on this quiz tomorrow. Covers section 3.1 and 3.2, but I'm going to get real specific and let you know exactly what to study. I'm not going to tell you exactly what's on it, I mean as far as each particular problem, but this is the general stuff that's on here. If you look at page 174, look at numbers like 13 to 20. Okay, I can't really draw this up here. That would take forever. I guess I could, but it would take me way too long. So I'm not going to. But take a look at it. It's a yellow box. It's a, what's the top of, what kind of shape is the top of that yellow box right there? It's a pentagon, right. It's a pentagon, okay? So it's a pentagonal prism, all right? Remember doing that a little while back? All right. But I'm not finding the area or the volume or anything like that. I'm just answering a couple questions about it. So look at number 13. You guys all done?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at number 13. It says, name all the segments that are parallel to line segment Diem. So take a look at that picture. If you're not looking at that picture, you have no idea what we're doing. So Connor, get next to somebody with the book open, okay? Brooke, get your book open. Don't just sit there, all right? There's no way you have any idea what's going on, all right? So get next to somebody that's got a book if you don't have your book with you. Okay. All you hear is just a bunch of alphabet soup, right? Just yelling out all these letters and stuff, and you have no idea what I'm talking about. All right, are we ready? Everybody's got a book in front of them? Zach? Joe? Get around, move around so he can see your book. All right, here we go. Look at number 13. It says, name all the segments that are parallel to DM. Look at line segment DM. See how it goes up and down and it's up front right there? Okay, Jake, give me a line segment that's parallel to DM. Remember, it's in the same plane, right, as DM, but it doesn't intersect, or yeah, it doesn't intersect it. What is it? CL. Good. That's a good one. It's a pretty obvious one, right? Right up front. So CL is parallel. Joe, give me another one.
EN.
EN's a good one. Brett, give me another one.
AJ.
AJ. Yep, that's a good one. Javon. BK. That's a good one. I think that covers them all, doesn't it? What's that? BK. He just said BK. All right. Thanks for listening, though. All right. So that's one kind of style. Let me go through. I'm not going to go through every single one of these problems, but another one. Let's look at 14. It says name a plane. Now, first of all, it says name a plane. How do we describe a plane with letters? 3 letters. That's right. We use 3 letters to describe a plane. So it says name a plane that's parallel. So what must be true about those planes? They don't intersect. Right. Exactly. They don't intersect. They don't touch. Okay. So name a plane parallel to plane ACD. All right, Jake, give me one. JML. That's good. Look at that's that bottom one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, because ADC or ACD is that top one. Right? Do you see it? Yeah. So the top lid of this thing is the plane that we're looking at, and then we're trying to find a plane that's parallel to it, and that's the only plane, isn't it? That's parallel to that. It's the only one that doesn't intersect it. Okay, so basically the top and the bottom. So you said, Jake, what'd you said? J what? JML. All right, you could say JML. Give me another name that you could possibly call that bottom plane. Jamie, give me one. He said JML. That's fine. It's the same plane, it's just another way to name the same plane. LMJ. Yeah, we just went backwards. Be a little more creative than that. MJL. You're still using the same exact letters. Use some different letters. I mean, those are right. I'm not saying you're wrong on that. Okay, just be a little more creative. Use a couple different letters. Remember, you can use 3 letters. You got 5 to choose from, and you're just sticking with the same 3.
MJK.
MJK. All right, good. That's a good one. David, give me another one. MKJ. Is that the one we...
No, MKN.
MKN. All right, there you go. All right, basically any combination of 3 points, right?
Yeah.
Any combination, you can name it. It's all the same plane. What's that? Yeah. It's all the same plane, isn't it? All right, it's just different ways to name it. All right, so there you go. Enough of that. Let's take a look at numbers 21 to 30. You're going to have something like that. It's basically all the same section. Skew means they're not in the same plane, but they don't intersect each other. Okay, they don't intersect each other, but they're in different planes. Parallel, they got to be in the same plane. Skew to BC, like KL. Well, now KL is in the same plane as BC. See how it's in that same side? What is that? NM? Yeah, NM would be one. Yeah, exactly. All right, here's this. I'll draw this for you. Let's put some numbers in here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's 8, 9, 11, 12. That's 7 and 10. Alright, are you with me? That's R, that's S, this is T, and V. Alright, there's a whole bunch of questions they could ask. Yes?
I don't understand the whole alternate interior.
Alright, that's what we're going to do right now. Alright, so they give you 4 choices. They give you alternate interior angles. What do you think the next one is? Alternate what? Exterior angles. They give you corresponding angles. And they list these for you, which is kind of nice. They don't expect you to memorize them, but you should have these memorized. Okay, what's the other one? Consecutive interior angles. Now, did we say anything about these lines being parallel? No. All we're doing is trying to find the name of the relationship between these angles. All right? So, let's look at 6 and 8. Look at 6 and look at 8. Now look, name the 2 lines and name the transversal that make up 6 and 8. All right? Name the 2 lines and name the transversal. What are the 2 lines? T and V are the 2 lines that form. Do you see that? Because T helps form this angle 6. V helps form this angle 8. You see it? What's the transversal that hits both of them? S is the transversal. So I've got these 2 lines, and this is my transversal. Look at 6, look at 8. Which one of these 4 are 6 and 8? Alternate interior. Okay, why do we know that? Well, they're interior because they're between these 2 lines, right? I got 2 lines here. If the angles all inside of here are in between, aren't they? They're interior angles. Make sense? Look, between T and V, name all the interior angles. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You see it? They're all interior angles. But look at 6 and 8. They're interior angles, but one's up here on one side of the transversal, and one's down here on the other side of the transversal. That means they're alternate. They alternate. All right? One's here, one's here. All right? They're on different sides of the transversal. But then you look at 8 and 9. Are 8 and 9 on alternate? No, they're not alternate because 6 is way up here, 8 is way down here. Make sense? So 6 and 8 are what? Alternate interior angles. And that's all you say. You don't say they're equal. Do you know they're equal to each other? No, why not? Because you don't know the lines are parallel. That's right. Okay, you don't know anything about the lines being parallel. They definitely don't look parallel, do they? Eventually you will. Okay. Well, you don't have to name. No, I'm not. I just did that just so you could see which ones are the interior. The transversal is S, but I don't think I will ask you that on the quiz. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to say, okay, angle 6 and angle 8. Name the relationship between those angles. What would you write? No, they're not equal because, right, you just say they're alternate interior angles. Whoops, why did I put equal? See, now you got me putting the wrong thing. All right, so alternate interior angles, 6 and 8. Agreed? They even give you the list to choose from, and that's pretty nice of them. All right, Connor?
3 and 9.
3 and 9. Are 3 and 9 anything? 3 and 9. Well, this would be your transversal, wouldn't it? Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. Is that your pass? Yep. 3 and 9. Look at it. 3 is outside this line. 9 is inside the line. So they're definitely not alternate interior, and they're not alternate exterior, right? Because one's alternate, or one's exterior, and one's interior. Are they corresponding? 3 and 9. No, they got to be in the same spot. Do you see these angles up here, and these angles down here? The ones that are in the same spot are corresponding angles. Are 3 and 9 basically in the same place? No, they're not. So there's nothing. For 3 and 9, there's nothing you can say about them as far as any of these words right here. But let's take a look at 3 and 8. Look at 3 and 8. What are they? They're corresponding. Right, they're corresponding because look, see this group of 4 and this group of 4? 3 and 8 are basically in the same place, aren't they? See? Well, this is an angle, though. It's just not numbered. So there are 4 angles there. So watch. This angle is up in the top left-hand corner, isn't it? Look at 8. It's in the top left-hand corner of this group. So they are corresponding. Name me some other corresponding angles. 4 and 9. 4 and 9. Let's stick with these right here. 6 and 12. And then this unnamed angle and 11. Okay, if you wanted to go over here, just stick with the named angles. 2 and 7 would be corresponding, wouldn't they? Because again, look, I've got this group of 4 and this group of 4 down here. And I know it looks like 3, but really there's 4 angles though, aren't there? Okay, so look, 2 is in the top right-hand corner of these 4. You agreed? And then look down here. Which one's in the top right-hand corner of these 4? 7 is. So 2 and 7 are the ones that are basically in the same spot. They correspond to each other. Right? They're corresponding angles. So 3 and 8 are corresponding angles. All right, let's do another one. Let's do alternate exterior. What about, yeah, just look at them. What is it? 3 and 12 and 4 and 11. Good. Okay, 3 and 12. Why? Because look, 3, tell you what, let's get rid of this circle. Look at 3 and 12. They're exterior angles. How are they exterior? Because they're on the outside, okay, or exterior, right, of those two lines. Do you see it? This is outside, this is outside. They're not in between them. They're on the outside of them. And look, this is on that very far top left. This is on the very far bottom right. So they're alternate, aren't they? They're in complete opposites. All right, they're alternate.
Would 12 and 1 be...
No, because they don't share anything the same. See, 3 and 12 are, because look, they share the same transversal. See, 1 has T and R that makes up 1. What makes 12? V and S. They got no transversal in common. This only works when you have two lines cut by a common transversal. Okay, so you can only talk about these grouped together. Look, you could talk about these grouped together, couldn't you? Do you see that? There's two lines cut by this transversal. You see it? So what? What are 5 and 3? Alternate interior. What are 1 and 6? Alternate exterior. What's 2 and 4? Corresponding. What's 2 and 3? Consecutive interior. Do you see it? Look, they have something common, don't they? They got that common transversal. So you can look at them that way. You could look at these angles right here. Let's name some of these. What about 7 and 8? 7 and 8. Consecutive interior. What about 7 and 9? Corresponding. Good. What about 10 and 9? Alternate exterior. What about 7 and 11? Alternate interior. Say what? 7 and 10 are just vertical angles. It's none of these, but they are vertical angles. What's that? 3 and 8? Yeah, 3 and 8. We talked about that earlier. They're corresponding angles, right? So, but we're talking about these two lines, and this is a transversal. You get it? I got 2 minutes. Oh, on the thing? Okay. All right. We okay with that? Let's do another example. All right, page 183, 24 to 26. There's going to be a couple problems. I forget it. Yeah, 1 or 2, I don't know, that are like this. All right, so let me draw that out, and then we'll try to solve it. Let's take a look at this. I got a minute and a half. What's that? Yeah, the lines are parallel, so I need to mark them. Okay, the lines are parallel to each other. So now we know some stuff. We know the alternate interior are equal, alternate exterior are equal, corresponding are equal, and the consecutive interiors are what? That's the only thing that's different. Consecutive interiors are supplementary. Okay, we got to go through this quick. Look at look at Y and look at 114. What are they to each other? They're corresponding. What's true about corresponding? So what's Y equal to? It's 114 degrees. Without doing any math, we figured that out already. Okay? Watch this. Look at this angle right here. I'll put 2 arcs around it. So this Y is 114, isn't it? So watch. X plus 12 and this 114, what are true about them? Are they equal? No, this is acute, this is obtuse, they're not equal. What are they? They're supplementary. They add up to 180. So there's one angle, there's the other angle, and together they add up to 180. So what's this? This is 26? Oops, not equals. What am I doing? Sorry, I gotta hurry. 126 equals 180. Subtract 126 from both sides, and X is what? 654. Okay, so X is 54, and there you go. So that's what's going to be on the quiz. Be ready for it tomorrow, all right?